Good evening, folks, and welcome to episode 23 of the Monday Weekend Wrap-Up. Milo, Hoff, how are you guys doing?
Great.
Good, man. We're straight in.
Good.
You weren't lying. We're like straight in.
Yeah, we're straight in. We're going in. I'm gonna turn you guys up a little bit. Let's check the volumes here, guys. This is all live. There's nothing pre-recorded about this program, so everything that happens, it happens live. And I apologize if there's any nudity or graphic content that you might see. This is an over 18 stream, so just be prepared. Could I get a Hoff, do you want to briefly just tell us a little bit about yourself?
About myself, I am
For the new viewers.
Oh yeah, okay. For the new folks, I'm HoffSpur. I dabble in football manager content creation on YouTube mostly. I'll stream on Twitch from time to time, but mostly YouTube is my avenue. I've played or coached soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. I'll call it either, for over 30 years now. So, yeah, I'm old.
Do you know the origin of soccer? What the origin of soccer is?
I do.
Okay.
And I love using that as part of an argument that people don't want to hear, but it's okay.
Exactly.
I'm a Spurs fan, if you couldn't tell from my name. They're my primary club, but I like to follow clubs in a club from every league just so I have something to watch at almost all times. My wife doesn't necessarily approve of that, but it's okay. My go-to tactics are the ones that help us outscore the opposition.
Okay. And where do you? Okay, we'll talk about Spurs a little bit later in the one of the sections coming up. Milo, welcome as always.
Thank you,
You
sir.
are the Iron Man of the show. You're basically a co-host, in my opinion. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Yeah. Do you want me to tell people about myself or no?
Sure. Or anything you want to tell me about it. I don't know. Imagine in 500 years somebody's watching this on YouTube.
We could be here a long time if you're looking for like the deepest parts of my brain. Yeah, for those that don't know, I'm Milothe1st. I love sports, pretty much all sports, aside from curling. Really don't like curling.
Curling?
Yeah, I also love video games, always have, always been a gamer. So basically I stream on Twitch, video games and sports. That's pretty much about it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And thank you for joining us. Curling. What's wrong with curling?
I just don't like it. I just don't like it. The whole thing, it bothers me. Bothers me when they're sweeping. It just bothers me.
I think there's something practical about these games, you know? There's like, right, the one where you ski, you cross-country ski, and then you stop, and then you shoot, and then you ski, you know? It's like hunting. But actually, what would curling be? You're like trying to hit a penguin or something? Trying to kill a penguin with a stone?
Oh, like the origin of curling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like running makes sense, right? You run to catch an animal, maybe. You hurtle over a fallen tree, you know, to catch the animal.
It's a form of bowling, basically, right? Because it's
kind of is bowling.
It's like
Ice bowling.
It's like the ice version of what's the game with the jack?
Bocce ball?
But in England that would be called like bulls. It's called in England.
Right.
Yeah, Cultured spelt it correctly. Bulls, it's called. So, and in England, I don't know if they do that in North America, but they play on a really fancy, almost like a snooker table outside, with very strict lines and stuff, and the balls shining bright. Yeah, it's bocce ball is like the beach version.
Gotcha.
You know, like it's that's the beach version. Yeah.
I've played some bocce ball. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's like you throw the small ball and then you throw other balls near the small ball or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So curling, like the closest I will get is I like the shuffleboard that you get in the bar.
Oh yeah.
I like those. Those are fun.
Those are great. Alrighty. Well, let's hop into the show now. Let's see what's going on. Let's take a look at the topics. What do we got here? We got we have a weird movement on the screen here. I will fix this in just a moment. Do you want to read the topics, Hoff, while I fix this?
Ooh, we are going to lead off with the Community Shield. And then after that, we're going to talk about a few of the latest big transfers, just individual transfers of certain players. Nuevos Nueve. Woohoo!
Can you
going to talk about
put your Spanish to the test?
Yeah. 3 of the biggest moves within the Premier League. 3 new strikers.
There we go.
Well, 2 new, 1 in a different spot.
True.
And then we're gonna rate my window. We're gonna just go through a bunch of teams and rate their windows on a 1 to 10 scale. And then we've got the open panel. How many players can you name?
Yeah,
Nice.
That's the trick one. That's a trick one, guys. We have a special version of how many teams can you name. It's how many players can you name.
Nice.
And we have a special. You know, we'll get to there. We'll get there.
Nice. And then we've got the interactive quiz.
Yeah, we got the interactive quiz.
Make sure you get your plugins sorted out now. Do it now.
Yes, on the screen. Get your quiz plugin, Quizlets on the screen, ready to go for that section. I'll try to make sure there's no ads at that time. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah. Then we've got the weekly check-in and extra time.
There we go. That's it. That rounds out the show. Let's get into it, guys. First topic: the Community Shield. The signal that this season has begun is this Saturday between Liverpool and City. Previously, this I believe Leicester won it last year. I believe. Who do you think is going to win this? I mean, is this a game? Is this another preseason game? Because Man City's only played 2 preseason games so far. It's almost like they scheduled this as one of their preseason games. We have a chance of seeing Erling Haaland. We have a chance of seeing Darwin Núñez. We have a chance of seeing maybe a slightly rotated squad. I know in the past, from memory, it is kind of used as a kind of somewhat of a preseason match. You know, give a couple guys some minutes. What are you guys' thoughts? Hoff, what are you thinking?
It's exciting because it signals like, oh, the Premier League is coming, but I have a hard time getting excited for the match itself because it's just a glorified tune-up match. I expect a lot of rotation. I mean, there'll be guys that play. I mean, Haaland will probably start. Núñez will probably start. I doubt they play a lot, but
I wonder if Haaland will start. I wonder. I feel like they're going to protect him. Milo, what do you think? Do you think Haaland will start?
Yeah, I do. I call it the Charity Shield. I refuse to change it from that.
That's what it was called.
It was always called the Charity Shield, the curtain raiser for the season. And yeah, I mean, it's obviously exciting because it does signify a week before the league starts, and that's really everyone's focus. No fans, I've been to a Charity Shield before in the past. I mean, no fans really take it that seriously, I don't think, but it is an opportunity to see the new players that you've acquired to this day, up to this point. And yeah, obviously most eyes will be on Haaland and Núñez if they start. I expect them to play at least half the game, maybe even up to an hour. But again, it'll depend on their fitness levels and whatever's going on internally with their fitness and that sort of thing. It is a plate, as Greg. Yeah. Well, it was always called the Charity Shield, and I can't move on from that. You know how much of a traditionalist I am. We've been over this many times.
The Wimbledon trophy is a shield as well, then, too, isn't it?
That is a plate.
Oh, that's a plate.
Yeah, that's a plate. Sorry to confuse you, but that's a plate.
Yeah, that's a small shield, the community shield.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's. It crossed my mind earlier. I wonder if there's ever any communication between the managers saying, "Look, we're gonna play full try hard for the community shield, or we're gonna, you know, when you get teams like Liverpool and City playing each other, like for example, like in preseason or something. I wonder. I mean, I bet there's a 10% chance this happens. So I know it's just one of those thoughts, but like, do they say, "Look, I'm gonna play 3 youngsters"? Or something like that, you know, and they both decide, okay, we're gonna play 3 youngsters to start, and then we'll go from there, you know, like we'll just kind of like, you know, just like kind of like a mafia type meeting at in like a smoky restaurant. They kind of meet. Klopp walks in and Guardiola comes in with the hat on, you know, they're like 4 youngsters, you know, something like that. You think that's ever happened?
I wouldn't be shocked if it has. I mean, you don't want it's not a game that counts towards like the Premier League or anything, so you don't want your guys to get hurt. Like, I would expect some form of communication between, maybe not the managers, I don't know, maybe the managers, like just to let them know, like, oh, we're not gonna play our A squad or something to that effect.
Yeah, Molly, I'm guessing you don't think that happens. I'm just gonna go on that.
I mean, I doubt that. I doubt that happens, but like, there's an element of something in there, because you'll often see teams definitely taking it easier. I think we can all agree on that. It's not going to be played with the ferocity that a Premier League matchup between the two teams will take place. But yeah, I think it's a stretch to think they talk about it, because yeah, I just can't see that being the case. I don't.
Yeah, no. I doubt it.
It would be amusing though, seeing Pep, because Pep would have to wear a hat, because obviously everyone would know it was him. He's just so bald.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he'd have to wear a hat if they did do this clandestine meet.
Like, what's that show on? What's that show? It's like gambling in the 1930s England.
Oh,
Old Town.
Yeah, you're talking about, oh my God, Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders, yeah. Like
oh, yeah.
Pep meeting up in like something like that. That's what I imagine.
Like a back alley pub somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
And like Klopp walks in carrying like the Daily Mail in his right hand or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Predictions for the match. Who do you think is going to win? Hoff, why don't you go take a stab at this one? I'm going to get chat on the screen. 1 second. Keep talking, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say City in penalties.
City in penalties. Okay. Could be.
Yeah, I think it'll be a score draw, maybe like 2-2, and then it'll go to. I think they go straight to penalties, right? There's no extra time. I think they go straight to penalties. Yeah, I wouldn't. God, that'd be terrible to play 120 minutes the week before the season starts.
I was going to be predictable and go with the City 2-1 win, but you know what? I'm going to change it up. I'm going to go with the Liverpool 2-1 win.
Okay.
And I'm gonna suggest Haaland and Nunez get on the score sheet.
Ooh, that'll be great.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think the other goal will be Diaz. I really like Diaz, man. I think it's a great signing.
How much do you think PES and video games play into our assessment of players?
Oh,
Like Diaz, for example. I like Diaz because he's good at PES. Or one reason I like him is because he's good at PES. So Milo's got 2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah.
Hoff has on penalties. City, you said?
Yeah, City.
And I will go City in regulation then. I will go 5-1 hammering.
Oh my god.
Extreme beast. Typing like a madman.
If that happens, we'll never hear the end of it, even though it's only the Charity Shield.
Right.
It's written down.
It's not meaningless.
We'll never hear the end of it.
Bottle. 3-0 City. Anybody else? City easy win cash. All right. 6 subs allowed. Wow. Anyhow, I don't think there's anything else really to do about that. By the way, guys, next week we're going to be doing our prediction. People in chat as well. So predictions. 4-0 for cash. Okay, 4-0.
You're talking about Premier League predictions?
Premier League predictions. So for next week, I'm thinking I'm going to make a little spreadsheet.
Okay.
Everyone, you guys, and any guests that are not going to be on the show, I'll contact them about that as well. You know what I mean?
We're talking the full league table, like end of season, or game by game?
I'm thinking end of season.
Okay.
So before the game starts. So
that we can get Cash's solidified in writing.
Yeah.
And there's an actual record of it. So he can't back out. I like it.
Liverpool though. Yeah, and maybe we could do one after the transfer window closes too, but I don't know. I think like top 6 or something, and then relegation, and then maybe La Liga, Serie A winner, France winner, something like that. And then I'll make a spreadsheet, and then everyone in chat, you guys can we'll put that into writing, and then we'll make it accessible so you guys can see their predictions. Anyways, we got Marco 1-1, but you got to pick a winner. We need penalties winner. Anyhow, we'll review them at next week. Let's move on to our next topic. Well, let's just talk about some of the big transfers this week. We had Jesse Lingard moving to Nottingham Forest. We had Paulo Dybala going to Roma, big free agent on the market. Ended up going to Roma, and Alexander Zinchenko going to Milo's Arsenal. We'll start off with Zinchenko. Milo, what are your feelings about that one there?
Great signing, I think. Personally, left side defensive depth. Not that he's a depth player, but it gives us more depth on that side. Obviously, Tierney has some question marks about his long-term fitness. I really rate Tierney though, so Zinchenko can apparently play in midfield as well. I've not watched enough City games to have seen him in that role, but from what I understand, if anyone knows what he can get out of him, it will be Arteta. And it's another Premier League proven signing, which is a massive deal for me. I think when you bring all your players in from abroad, you definitely have that adjustment period. It's very rare that a player will just instantly click in the league. It does happen, but it's most certainly rare. So I'm really, really happy with that. I thought he looked great the other day, and like I say, Premier League proven. I couldn't be happy with that signing. Really couldn't.
Absolutely. As they're pointing out in chat, Zinchenko plays in midfield for Ukraine.
Okay.
Very well in midfield as well.
I will happily admit I don't watch a lot of Ukrainian national games.
And also in the Champions League, he ended up. The way Pep plays, he ended up like a left winger almost.
That's right. So and I think at Arsenal he'll have opportunities to go forward. If we're playing a formation that has a back forward, Tomiyasu tends to stay a bit deeper. He'll get opportunities. I think he'll be a really good fit. He might even unseat Tierney, and Tierney's going to have to fight for his place.
Absolutely. Hoff, any thoughts about Dybala going to Roma or Lingard going to Nottingham Forest?
I really like Dybala going to Roma. I'm not as wild about. I'm just not wild about Lingard as a player. I think that's a good move for him. But I saw a quote earlier today. I don't know if it was an unnamed Manchester United coach that said he's played 10 good games in the last like 3 years. And this has been one, and the last half of last season was one of the worst like Manchester United sides we've seen in a while, and he couldn't get into the team. So I thought that was kind of an interesting point brought up. But I feel like when he was at West Ham, he was great. He was really good. So if he can find that form again, I think that's good for Forest.
Exactly. I don't see. I think this Forest signing is massive. I think it's a huge signing. I think he's the head and shoulders well above their highest paid player. I think it's on 200,000 a week. That's like
wow.
breaking the structure for him. That's the only thing that gives me a little alarm about that move. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I rate him. He's gonna play every game. He's got that work rate that a relegation battling team needs. Even though the TikTok stuff is cringy and all that stuff. I'm 100% on that train. I'm happy he's moved on from United. I'm not sure where Nottingham Forest is geographically in England. Is it
in the north?
It's near Manchester-ish.
Yeah, it's closer to Manchester than it is London. That's for sure.
So maybe that's a reason for the move as well. Instead of West Ham, because I know he's had some familial issues. So maybe
it is culture. I really like the move for player and club. Financially, it might not be the best deal, but I really do think I got a soft spot for Forest as well. I always have had. So one of my granddads was a big Forest fan, and I'd like to see them stay up. And if Lingard's a part of that, then so be it.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I'm not sure what's going to happen with James Garner at United. From United, maybe he'll end up there on loan again. Maybe not. We'll see. But I do think Lingard, he'll like similar to Zinchenko and Jesus. He's Premier League tested. He did it at West Ham. He has the talent. A couple years ago, he was starting for England. He has it in him. And he has the work rate. He has the work rate, Cash. Believe it or not. I think he's going to do very well at Nottingham Forest. I'm not. To be honest, I don't know who he's paired up with there, but I think he will instantly make them a better team and give them good outlets on the counter, which is probably how they will be playing in certain games, and he'll be definitely dangerous. Just taking a look at some of the chat here. Culture's Levin Dybala. Samaka to West Ham. That was just earlier today. I believe 40 million to West Ham. Maybe that's the Lingardinho wage that was free. They've gone for Samaka. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Smakaka, Kapmaka, something. So he's a big, tall striker. Did you guys see any of him play for Italy in the Nations League? Did you guys catch any? He's a big guy, and he's pretty quick. Kind of reminds me of like a more muscular, slightly shorter Peter Crouch, maybe. He's pretty good on the ball. Pretty nice on the ball. Good movement. He doesn't look like he's gonna snap a femur or anything though, like Crouch did. Crouch looked like he was about to go.
It's like that guy in the NBA. What's his name? Taco.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I worry about him every time I see him play. I'm more concerned about his well-being than the game.
Yeah, it's
don't.
Taco Fall, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's massive. He's like I don't know how tall he is. Like 7'8" or something.
Yeah, he's huge. He's so skinny. It's almost like nails on chalkboard almost. So
yeah.
It's that
you're waiting for it to snap like a twig, right?
Yeah,
like man. In the forest, just that. You're just waiting for it. To touch on Dybala, going to Roma, like Mourinho really is building something there. Maybe I mean Serie A wise, I don't know if it'll be enough to conquer Europe in the future, but. Whatever it is he's going to do, Mourinho, he has to get it done before the inevitable Mourinho milk turns sour, which it always does, 100% of the time, all the time, eventually.
it seems like Italy has a bit of that throwback kind of feel. Like, I don't want to sound too like I don't know if you've heard of this guy, Andrew Tate. Have you heard of this guy?
Yeah, it rings a bell.
He's all over social media. he's okay. Never mind. Well, basically, Mourinho. It feels like he's like a in the Italian league. They kind of respect the manager the way they used to respect managers, right? It's not like it's a little more individualistic than other leagues still, and that allows Mourinho to kind of lay the smackdown on his players and kind of get away with some things that he might not have gotten away with in Premier League. And also, the competition in Serie A, I think financially, isn't as wild as it is in the Premier League, where if he doesn't get a signing, like all the people that are getting signings are around similar, similar. Sorry, I just read Cart's on the red pill Tate. I'm not on the red pill Tate. He's just everywhere. You guys haven't heard of Andrew Tate lately? Oh man, nope. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Anyways, Cole's just saying, Samaka looks really good. I'm totally saying that wrong. He could transform West Ham team. Okay.
When you say smacker, it just makes me think of Steve McManaman. That's what I think of when you say that word.
What is that? Was that his nickname?
I'm sure somebody called him Smacker.
Steve S. McLaren. Smack. Oh well, Dovlek wrote it, so Dovlek wrote it.
It makes good. You think you're saying smackhead? Yeah, there's a. Yeah.
Trinsao to Sporting from Wolves. I didn't know that, Diggo. Thanks for bringing that up.
Skamaka, apparently.
Lukaku to Internazionale. Yeah, thank you, Marco. Yeah. That's earlier in the transfer window, that one. Ken Waller, USA, thank you for the follow. Leave Crouchy alone. Hey, Don, welcome in. Let's see. Italians love people with huge character. Okay, thank you, Limmer. Limmer, that's what I was trying to say. Like, they like these boisterous kind of, I'll just say it, masculine, kind of like alpha, red pill, Andrew Tate-like characters, And people, majority of the chat knows who Andrew Tate is. And if you don't, you'll soon find out. Now that just me saying Andrew Tate coming through your speakers, like Google or the algorithm is gonna hear that, and you're gonna, next time you go on social media, you'll see him. Trust.
Alexa's all over it.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah, speaking of spelling, Cash says I call him Kahangalo. Is what I call him, and so they were ripping me to shreds about this last night.
Oh man!
Oh my god! Kahangalo.
It's kind of hard to say. Chal. It's the first word is chal.
Yeah,
that's my understanding. Chal han. It's like chal han oglu. 3 words.
Yeah, see, it's the oglu. I get the oglu, and the I don't. Yeah, Kalhangalu. I've got golu instead of oglu.
Chal han.
Chalhangolu.
Close.
So, yeah.
At first, I thought you said cantaloupe. That was like my first. My head went to cantaloupe.
There you go. Yeah. This was a topic last night.
Anyways. Yeah, Andrew Tate's the big thing right now. But okay, what other transfers did we have this week? Jules Koundé possibly moving to Barcelona. Well, it was reported to Chelsea and then also to Barcelona in like the same day. I have no clue how Barca's doing anything. The only thing I can think is they're trading the far for the near massively, but I don't know. Chal Anoglu. There we go. But yeah, Koundé. I mean, Chelsea desperately needs something.
Center backs, yeah.
I mean, we'll get to rate my window as well, but Koundé would be a great addition for Chelsea. And maybe we could talk about that Arsenal-Chelsea game a little bit here. I think that really accelerated things for Chelsea. And it's interesting, it's just one, we talk about how preseason is, a time for, warm up and exercise and fitness, but you lose 4-0 in a preseason friendly, I guess,
to a rival.
To a rival. I think that's the big part of it there. It does heap a bunch of pressure on the technical directing, football directors and stuff at the club.
Definitely.
So it does change things. Though Arsenal looked pretty good. I think Ben White lined up at right back for you guys, and Saliba, Gabriel midfield.
Yeah, I think it was more of a 3 centre back. The other two were kind of pushed a little bit further forward, but I thought it was really good. Yeah, the Koundé stuff, I was reading that because what they were talking about was Koundé, Chelsea, and then Barca were going to want Saliba. And I'm like, Saliba ain't going nowhere. Like, Arteta is all in now. I think he looks like a beast. He could be really, really good for us. For once, I feel like we did the right thing by sending him out to get experience in a top division, in a top team, or one of the considered top divisions. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we've done the right thing with a player, and it's actually paid off. It doesn't always work, and I'd love it if it did. I'm really excited to see how he gets on. But yeah, I thought the game against Chelsea was really good. I mean, it's hard. You can't read too much into it, but Tuchel was not happy, right? He ripped into his team. He did say our lineup was a little bit weaker. But you losing 4-0 to a Premier League rival is definitely not a good look.
Yeah, it's a big one.
And Jesus, man.
Welcome in.
I know we're going to get to that topic, right?
Don Lingard went to Nottingham Forest. Alrighty, let's move along here. Let's just catch up with chat here. Tuchel was very vocal about how the squad was not competitive and interesting. Yep. Thought they were going to get an impulse to improve the season. Doesn't look good. Whoever takes Bastoni makes a bargain. He just came out today and said he never wanted to leave Inter. He said that today.
Yeah.
Amid the Spurs links. Feel bad for Saliba, worked his butt off for Champions League football, and now I think Arsenal make a good case for Champions League this year. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's talk about some number 9s. Nuevos nueves. Liverpool, City, Arsenal all strengthen their squads with number 9s. Okay, I understand. Maybe someone's going to say Darwin Núñez is number 27. He's a number 9. He's a number 9. All relatively young. Haaland being the youngest of the bunch. Who is going to have the best season? We'll start with best season on the stats, and which move you think is the best at this moment. Hoff, what are your feelings on these guys?
So I just think by default Haaland will have the best season. I know Pep liked to rotate like who would play up top. Sometimes it'd be Jesus. Sometimes he would move guys around, and I don't think he'll do that with Haaland. I think as long as he's healthy and he's not worn out or anything, I think he'll be the guy. And I think they have the quality around him to just feed him. I don't think he has to work nearly as hard as he did when he was at Dortmund or Salzburg. He still has that work rate in him, but he doesn't have to utilize it as much. I think of the three, especially for the price that City paid, I think that might be the best. Just on a value standpoint, I think that might be the best because he'll probably have the best return of all three. I'm just how I see it.
Milo, what are you thinking? I definitely agree, though. I think Haaland probably will have the easiest time fitting in with that City machine, that well-oiled machine, Okay.
Yeah.
Milo, what do you think?
I mean, for me, all three of them, I think, will grab goals. I know there's these, I want to say question marks over Núñez. I mean, I think let's just see how he's doing by Christmas, and he'll either have proved everybody wrong or proved everybody right. So we'll see. But yeah, I think all three of them are going to grab goals. My head says Haaland, right? I think he's built for the Prem. Like that, my head does say Haaland, and I think City are going to be a tough team again. If they create chances for him, putting the ball in the net seems to be what he's best at. And so, yeah, my head says Haaland. My gut, however, does think that Jesus will be in with a shout statistically.
Yeah, we're talking stats.
So statistically, I feel Jesus would be in with a shout. And the reasons for that is he is the focal point of the attack. If you take out Eddie Nketiah, who has to be second choice, so squad rotation games and cup games, Eddie's probably going to lead the line as it stands. So Jesus is going to be the focal point of the attack, and there's a ton of creativity around him. We created a ton of chances last season, but we fell short. We just didn't have a number 9. Like, we have that number 9. So I feel like he'll be the benefit. He'll get the benefit of that. And the fact, again, Premier League proven, he knows what it takes. He could, yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe it is, Waleed, a bit of the gut heart dream, but I don't know. Just my gut says maybe Jesus could win the statistical competition there. My head says Haaland.
Yeah, I think I have to. I mean, yeah, going by head and what we've seen from City last season, the way they create chances, score goals, you got to think Haaland is going to score the most goals. If Nunes, it comes back down to these little preseason games. If Nunes just has, one extra, he doesn't start off poorly, then maybe you're saying Nunes, because Liverpool create chances as well. They're creating a lot of chances. So we shouldn't, I mean, it's easy to say City just because, the way Haaland scored that goal against Bayern, those, the cutback tap-ins, he has the pace and, the acceleration to get on the end of those. You have a feeling he's going to score a lot of those. And Julian Alvarez, as actually Extreme brings up, Alvarez will be probably maybe the little dark horse there as well. But yeah, so as far as let's talk about play style fitting into the team. Of the three, which one kind of slots right into what Liverpool, City, or Arsenal have respectively going there? I'll give you a second to think about that. I'm just going to catch up on chat here. Waleed saying my answer is Timo Werner will have the best season. Okay, that's some. I mean, that's if that I don't know what's deeper than the gut, but I don't know what's the okay, I won't go into that. That is overrated. The cherries or something. What's it called? The plums. Anyways,
plums.
We talked about De Ligt. De Ligt was last week transfer, I think, so we had spoke about that, I believe. Maybe not, actually. Yeah, we can talk about that a little later. Yeah. As host, I should be unbiased. I'm being unbiased. I picked 3 teams that have nothing to do with Manchester United for this topic. How unbiased does it get? Yeah, so speaking of playstyle, Milo, who do you think of the 3 is going to fit into that team system the best?
It's so hard for me to look past Jesus, and I feel like I shouldn't choose him just because everyone will just be like, you're an Arsenal fan. But
I think it is.
I agree with you as well.
but like number 9, straight into a team that doesn't have one. Centre forward. You've been in the Premier League for a few years. I mean, you should not miss a beat. You should just be bang off to the races. Shouldn't be any adjustment period or anything.
Yeah, and he's also, I think, the most mature of the 3 as well.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and and the way he plays, it's just I think he's a great fit for Arsenal. Hoff, you agreeing with that one as well, or?
Yeah, I think it's Jesus. I think Haaland will fit pretty well also. I don't know if Nunez will fit, because I always imagine like that Firmino kind of like a false nine as the middle of that front three. I just honestly don't know if he has that to his game. He might. In the few times that I saw him in the Champions League and stuff, that wasn't what he was doing, but he may excel at doing that when he has Mo Salah and Luis Diaz on either side of him. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Liverpool do, how they play with Darwin. I wonder if we're going to see sort of almost a different shape. I wonder if Salah will have that much defensive duty. You know, maybe they'll just keep him up there, like kind of, you know, like to e-football tactic, like counter-target him on the right flank, and then let Darwin drop back and kind of do things there. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Yeah.
I was talking to a big Liverpool fan yesterday, who suggested to me that he thought maybe Bobby is going to play a bigger part than people realize this season.
Okay.
Maybe it will depend on that adjustment period for Nunez, and maybe it won't. But it's exciting, man. You know, a new centre forward is always exciting, don't you think? I don't know. There's something about it, right? Like, just gets the juices going. Like, I wish we'd get another one. To be honest, I would have liked two, but it's fine.
Old machine. Jesus, of course. Diogo. Jesus fits like a glove. Cash. 10, what's up, man? The script would say Haaland will face a setback. That is how history demonstrates. Yeah. Injuries could be an issue for him at some point. Nunez will be a massive flop. Cash. Tell that to Kane or Richarlison. We will get to Kane and Richarlison, I think. Actually, we could. Let's talk a little bit about Richarlison here. He's hopping into Spurs. I haven't seen any of Spurs preseason. I got to be honest. I'm not keeping up on Spurs at the moment. Is he playing? Has Kane's son and Richarlison been on the field at the same time yet? Have they? I don't know.
They were in Korea for at least one of the matches. I've only watched a couple of the matches when they were in Korea. I didn't watch the Rangers match from the weekend. Yeah, so he was on the wing, son was on the wing, and Kane was just doing his thing everywhere else.
Nice, yeah. So the plan is to see them all on the pitch at the same time, which would be really, really fun to see.
Yeah.
Because I think Richarlison, you know, he's gonna. You got to remember, all these guys are fighting for a place in the national teams as well for these first couple weeks. You know, you know, 4 years till the World Cup. You know, it's a long time. Sure, they're pretty young and stuff. Alvarez will be fighting to get into that Argentinian side. Nunez will be, you know, he might be fighting for a starting spot in Uruguay. I mean, there's Suarez and Cavani there, but he'll definitely get playing time. And Jesus as well, and Richarlison, right? They're all kind of, those two are kind of competing for similar areas of the pitch. I wonder if a player like Son, right? He's a shoo-in for his national team. Kane, shoo-in for his national team. I wonder if Conte. I'm just thinking of this now, but I wonder if Conte will kind of give Richarlison adequate opportunity. He will intentionally give Richarlison adequate opportunities to prove himself to the Brazilian setup. I think he's already in the setup. You know, he's already in, but. You know, maybe they'll give him a little extra opportunities early in the season and then let Kane and Son kind of handle it at the end. I don't know.
I don't know if Conte gives a shit about international teams. He just strikes me like the guy that's like, oh, are you playing well for us? That's all I care about. Oh, you scored on international break? Great, high five. Like... that's just the vibe I get from him. I don't know if he's actually. He might be like, oh yeah, we'll give you some cleanup minutes against Bournemouth, or not even cleanup. We'll give you some solid time against Bournemouth or something. I don't know. Right. But yeah, I just don't think. I just don't feel like Conte won't put a guy in because he cares that he gets on the Brazilian squad. Because I mean, that honestly, it also increases injury. Not that I want to see him play for Brazil as well, but I'm trying to think as like a club manager, like, yeah, I want him to play, but do I want a guy that has just played in the World Cup coming back on more tired legs? I don't know.
True. The Uruguayan Andy Carroll, Darwin Núñez. Darwin completely different than Andy Carroll. Yeah, true. Diogo's been watching him in the Portuguese league. I'll take your word over him.
Any HoffSpur, any truth in the Kane to Bayern rumors that were flying around this week?
I don't doubt that Bayern contacted his agent. I don't know how much interest there is from him, but I feel like Bayern's one of those clubs they don't care who you play for. Like, oh, do you want to come play for us, for Bayern? And then Conte gets pissed when Nagelsmann talks about it.
All right, last thing here before we move on. Núñez will both miss a lot and score a lot, I think. His positioning is really good. Yeah. So I think that I mean, my limited knowledge of Núñez is his movement and positioning is Liverpool hasn't had a striker like that, right? Firmino drops deep. Maybe Origi did it, but they, I don't know, for whatever reason they didn't give him the chances. But Núñez seems like that, goal poaching striker that they might find useful in the penalty box, making those certain games, over the course of the season a little easier to do, or easier to win. Is it me or Firmino actually ever plays? He's like a super sub. I don't really identify as one. He's a different kind of Bale. Oh, interesting. So Frank, what's up, man? Welcome in. Charleston has a big ego.
I just want to contend your point that they haven't had a striker like him, because they had Danny Ings.
Danny Ings. Yes. True.
Not that he did much there, but yeah, he was there briefly.
Alrighty, we're gonna roll through this one. We're talking rating transfer windows. So we're gonna talk transfer windows on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay. We're gonna start with let's start with Barca, Madrid, and Bayern. We get a lot of flack for not giving attention to the continent, as they say in Europe, I believe, right? The continent, is that what they say? Something like that?
Sure.
They call it the continent.
Why not?
Yeah, sure.
So Barca, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are you giving them a rating? Chat as well. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. So A plus would be a 10. By the way, just putting it out.
I mean, given their financial situation, you'd have to call it an 8, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You mean it knocks down to an 8 is what you're saying? Or you mean it's 8 as in it's leaning, it could be even higher? Or what do you mean, like the financial situation is dropping them down to an 8 or pushing them? Okay, I got you.
No, it's I don't know, it's difficult. You could look at it either way. When you put it like that, you could look at it from both sides, right? I think it's an excellent window given the position they're in. I don't want to give them a 10 because why are you in that position? But yeah, like it's an excellent window given the situation.
I'm seeing 8s and 10s for Barca. Hoff, what are you giving them?
I had an 8 as well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the free signings that they've gotten. You get Robert Lewandowski, who top strikers don't move that often. So you get him, who's one of the, if not the best, one of the best 2-3 strikers in the world.
Yeah. So they've got Christensen, Kessie, Lewandowski, and Rafinha in. And Coutinho's left, and that's about it. No. Lenglet's left on loan, and Chira's gone back. De Jong's gone back. Dani Alves is left as well. And Francisco Trincao, as Diogo mentioned earlier, has gone to Sporting. Let's move on to Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Score 1 out of 10. Hoff. What are your feelings? I'll just run down the transfers here. We have Tchouaméni for 88 mil. This is in dollars. My IP address is American, so you can't switch it on Transfer Market, by the way.
You can
Rudiger on a free.
You can.
Oh, you can? Okay, I'll have to
just change the address to .co.uk.
Oh, okay. That's
or .com.
So the only signing they spent money on was HMpCYN. Obviously, they fumbled the bag on Mbappe somehow. Odriozola comes back on loan. I'm not sure what's going on with Odriozola. And they have Gareth Bale has left. Luka Jovic has gone to Fiorentina. Isco is a free agent. Marcelo is also a free agent. And Kubo has gone to Real Sociedad on a transfer for $7.1 million. 1 out of 10, Hoff on Madrid.
I had them at a 6. Rudiger on a free is really good. HMpCYN, I feel like HMpCYN and HMpCYN are going to be a really good pairing for the future. When Modric and Kroos are both gone. I originally had it at a 7, but then I saw that Jovic was left on a free. His contract wasn't up yet.
Oh, really?
I believe they just wanted to get his wages off the book because he played what? He only scored less than 5 goals the whole time he was there. Some crazy low number. But that was a great move for Jovic, but I don't. So
they sold him on a free with the sell-on clause. Jovic.
Yep.
Milo, what are you giving Madrid?
I'd say a 5.
Okay.
There's a couple of moves in there that might work out. A couple that will. I mean, also their business might not be concluded. We have to keep that in mind once we go through this because.
True.
You know, I do think they probably would like to get another centre forward in, but I don't know who's available at the kind of level that they're wanting to bring in. That's the only thing that they're going to struggle with.
Yeah, this is just an outside chance. Similar to how Cristiano Ronaldo ended up at Manchester United. Early rumors were he wanted to go to Manchester City, which in turn forced our hand into offering him a contract. Now he's asking to go to Atletico Madrid. I wonder if he's trying to finagle his way into Real Madrid somehow. I wonder, maybe.
Who's CR7?
CR7, yeah. Because there's links of him going to Atletico Madrid.
Right.
Yeah, because they have a.
You think he wants to go back, eh?
He could be. I don't think the Madrid fans will go for it. I mean, Madrid could probably afford it. They have, quite a bit of cap space, but I don't know. That's just a outside shot, of some possible transfers there. Bayern Munich signed Matthias de Ligt for $73 million, so that's probably what 60s. I don't know what the transfer is, or what's the word I'm looking for? The euros.
Probably around 50.
Conversion rate.
67.
67. Okay. They signed Mane, Gravenberch, Mazraoui from Ajax, Gravenberch and Mazraoui. Lewandowski for left. Mark Roca has left. Omar Richards has left. And a couple other. Toliso's left on a free. What are you giving this Bayern's business here, Milo?
I'd say it's probably a solid 8, to be honest.
Decent. I mean,
I think they've had a good window. Obviously, Lewandowski leaves a bit of a hole. They've tried, they're slotting some slightly different players in there, and it'll be interesting to see what they do. But it's, they don't have to try that hard domestically, So
right.
That's
right.
That's how I feel. I'm sorry, the Bundesliga fans everywhere. But
Hoff, what are you giving them, Hoff?
I had him at a 7 just because I don't think they've replaced Lewandowski's production yet so far. De Ligt is a great sign-in for them, and I really like Gravenberch for the future. For now and the future. I mean, he's still young, but he's playing at a high level. And Mane was a good price, but he's also 30 years old, so I don't know how much more you're going to get out of him.
Yeah, we're assessing these teams now, but I'm very curious how they fill that Lewandowski hole in their team. How are they? They haven't had to deal with this for 10 years or so. I want to say about 10 years Lewandowski's been here almost.
I think Mane's going to play a bit in that role.
Yeah, Mane will probably do a bit of that there. Yeah.
I think because he just had a season at Liverpool quite successfully playing in, I think it was a more advanced sort of forward role than on the wing, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Liverpool fans could comment on that, but that was my understanding. Yeah.
Let me just catch up on chat here. Mariano is next. I'm currently sitting at number 10. Real Madrid are looking to bring in a backup striker while also terminating Mariano's contract. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
De Ligt, excellent signing. 7 for Bayern. 6 for Bayern.
Has Cavani signed anywhere yet?
Cavani?
I don't think he has. I feel like he would do well in at Bayern just for a year, maybe.
Yeah, he hasn't signed, but he was linked to, I think, a Spanish mid-table team. I think a Spanish mid-table.
Is he a free agent right now? Was it like a 1 year deal? Yeah.
He's
okay.
Free. Let's move on to Premier League. Let's go to Premier League. Let's start with Manchester City. Manchester City. Haaland, Phillips, goalkeeper Ortega. They've completed, the quote-unquote signing. Julian Alvarez has come in as well. Outgoings: Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, Alexander Zinchenko, Pedro Porro. Couple other guys. Fernandinho obviously is a free agent. What are you giving City? 1 out of 10, Milo.
I got to give him a 9.
Yeah.
I think it's they've gone out and got the player that pretty much any team in the world would have liked to have signed.
Yep.
And they've gone and got Alvarez, who's this highly rated South American. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. I don't know if he's going to live up to the hype, but they've had a really good window. There's no denying it, and it's going to be a job to unseat them, I think.
Yeah.
Hoff, what are your feelings on these?
I say 9 as well. And if they sign Cucurella, it's a 10. I think he's a great player, and he would fit that. I think he would fit there very well.
Do you guys find it interesting that City is selling these players to Arsenal? It's almost as though they don't see Arsenal as a threat in any way.
Oh, no.
Like they're like, these. Usually you don't see top 4 to top 6 to top 6 transfers like this, but 2, and it's like.
He's trying to push my buttons, chat. Don't fall for it.
No, come on. It's just a thought.
They sold to Chelsea too, but not 2 players.
We'll get to Chelsea in a second.
Somebody hold me back. Yeah.
Somebody hold me back.
We'll get to Chelsea, but it's like, City is so well oiled right now, right? Oiled, emphasis on oiled. But you just think that they're not gonna do that and just let Arsenal get the upper hand on them like that, are they? Could they?
I don't think it's about upper hand. I think looking at it the way I look at it, so obviously, you can look at it however, but the way I look at it is that obviously Arteta, Pep, and City in general have a very good relationship.
True.
City have the money to go get Haaland. With Haaland coming in, they're also looking at the future. They've got Haaland and then Alvarez. Jesus has made it pretty clear, I think, that he wants to play more. And he's now been given that opportunity. I think Pep said he was happy for him to have that opportunity. I'm sure, if Jesus was... if Jesus was the next big thing, he wouldn't be going anywhere, right? So he's had some time at City and he's done a great job, and now he gets a chance to shine, and they go on to the hottest prospect in Europe. Zinchenko one, I am a little surprised at, but I just think they've got the money to go after any talent they want and try it, right? That's the difference. We don't. We're looking for where can we make a good deal, and I think that's where the Arteta City relationship comes into play.
Pep also got rid of Ronaldinho, so you never know. Like Gabriel Jesus could be the next Ronaldinho, or the next Zlatan, or the next Samuel Eto'o. But yeah, I think it's Pep is so tactically sound, right, in his ideas that it doesn't necessarily mean that a player isn't good if he lets go of him. That it just might not be the right fit. But yeah, I don't know.
It's hard though, isn't it? Because what did Jesus not do when he was called upon for City?
Yeah, I think he tried to play him like an outside forward, right?
Yeah, everybody bangs on about there's a 15-game spell where he didn't score. So
okay.
That's the negative that I hear thrown my way quite a lot about him. But I mean, man, we've all seen the way City played at times. Not the most flowing. I think Jesus could really benefit from the flowing attacking football that we'll play.
Absolutely. Chat, close your ears, possible propaganda. I've been very nice. I even took a dig. I defended City there. They're so confident in their title chances, and that they sold to Arsenal and Chelsea. It's not just Arsenal; it's also Chelsea. But yeah. So let's move on to the next team. Let's go to Chelsea. Chelsea have signed Raheem Sterling and Kalidou Koulibaly. Conor Gallagher is back from loan. He's been promoted from the U23s technically. Armando Broja as well, but I believe he'll be leaving. Not many other incomings. Let's be honest. It's just Koulibaly and Sterling so far. They're getting. They were linked with Lewandowski. They were linked with Rafinha. They've been linked with Frankie De Jong. They've all gone elsewhere. They've obviously, got a small loan fee for Lukaku. Rudiger's on a free. Christensen on a free as well. What do you rate Chelsea Football Club's transfer window so far? There's still time. Hoff, what are your feelings?
I have them at a 4. They get Sterling, who is a player that is playing in one of their positions of strength already, with the guys. So I don't know how much of an impact results-wise he makes. Koulibaly, I think Koulibaly is good, but you're going to need more than 31-year-old Koulibaly and 36-year-old Thiago Silva at the back. I would like to see Gallagher play some more. I hope he stays there. I liked watching him at Palace last year.
He was great. Gallagher was great.
I have a weird fascination. I have a man crush on Michy Batshuayi. I hope he stays and he becomes their striker. I don't think he will, but I hope he does, just because I love that guy.
I don't understand what it is about him.
Yeah, I don't.
Every time I see him play, he's pretty solid. I mean, he's not world class or anything, but he's pretty solid. He's in the Belgian lineup usually. Back on loan from Besiktas, I believe. Or back from loan on Besiktas.
And I have a little bit of, not a little bit, I have a lot of Schadenfreude because I feel like of all the strikers that they've had, the one that they let go, like the one that they forced out in Tammy Abraham, is the one they should have kept.
It's an interesting one. Yeah, it's an interesting one. To be honest, I think that's kind of a hindsight 2020 for me.
Yeah.
I didn't really see Tammy Abraham as all that. I thought, he helped, I believe, Villa get promoted in the promotion run, or was it Villa?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, then he got the run at number 9 at Chelsea. Is that Mourinho? I don't know who it was. I think it was
under Lampard. He was playing all the kids.
Okay, it was Lampard. Yeah. Yeah, and when he left for Roma, he had I think 40 million or something. And I thought it was like that's pretty good value for him, but now I'm realizing it's like very good value for him how he's playing at Roma. But yeah, Abraham would be a great player to have at Chelsea right now. Milo, what are your thoughts on Chelsea's window?
Chelsea, I got to give them a 5 right now. There's still plenty of time left, really, for them to bring some players in. But I do wonder if there's some, uncertainty of new ownership, all that kind of stuff going on with players not that excited to go there. But I don't know. I got nothing that backs that up. It's just me wondering. Maybe Waleed or another Chelsea fan could comment on that. But yeah, definitely not the best window so far for them. Sterling, I've made my feelings about him pretty clear. I think he's a great player, but just in the final third, I just think he just lacks that final decision sometimes. I'm surprised City let him go, because I feel like he probably could have created quite a lot for Haaland. But I'm a little surprised at that. But I don't know what City's plan is instead of Sterling, if anyone can comment on that.
Instead of Sterling, I think they're I think they throw a youth player in the spot and call it net spend glory. Yeah, get the money and run exactly extreme. Yeah. Exactly.
So he would have left on a free next year. Extreme.
Okay, yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, Chelsea not looking good. I said it the other day. If Sterling is your big signing, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. But and there's rumors of HMpCYN or Marcos Alonso leaving as well. So to Barcelona.
Ziyech
as well.
Yeah.
There's talk of him moving. So
all these big players that have gone so far, not many years ago, Chelsea would have been linked with all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And had a chance at signing all of them. Right now, they're not in that position. And that probably, to me, signifies a little bit of a drop down the table, but we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
How much of that is an effect? I guess it's not an effect anymore. Is caused by, I guess, the shadow of the sanctions and the Abramovich stuff. Mm-hmm. I know he's not there, and they can buy players now, but I just wonder how much of that is like cause and effect. And every Chelsea link I've seen, mostly from, I think it's Fabrizio Romano, has been was it the guy's name, Todd Bowley, something like that. He's been the guy negotiating all of the transfers, which I think is that weird that the owner is doing all of this? Because I know they had the I forget the woman's name. It was a really good person bringing in all these transfers, and she left. I just thought that was kind of strange that I saw his name attached to every single link I've seen.
Yeah, you type in technical director Todd Bowley, football director Todd Bowley, chairman Todd Bowley. He's doing it all right now. And yeah, when he took over, I think 2 or 3 people that you mentioned, Hoff, all left the club at the time.
And Petr Cech left too. Yeah.
Petr Cech left as well. Yeah, so Chelsea's got some work to do, as it says in the caption on the screen there. They definitely have some work to do. Let's move on to our next team. Let's hop over to Liverpool. Let's go to Liverpool here. So Liverpool, as we mentioned, Darwin Núñez. They've completed the signing of Fabio Carvalho, Calvin Ramsey from Aberdeen, right back. Sadio Mane out, Nico Williams to Nottingham Forest, Minamino going to Monaco, Grujic going to Porto, and Ben Davies going to Rangers. Divock Origi leaving on a free. What are we giving? Oh, and Karius is now a free agent, finally. What are we giving Liverpool chat? Milo, what are you giving them?
Oh. I mean, I'll give him a 7.
Okay, yeah, I think
I'll give him a 7. I mean, yeah, are they done? Do you think they're done?
I think they're done. I have a feeling
there's not a lot of talk, is there, right now?
I don't think anything's coming in. I think they're in a bit of a transition. I think
a little bit, but they've changed just enough that it's starting a transition, but maybe they can still rely on some of those existing pieces to stay competitive.
I think so. That's what I'm really curious about, is if they're going to change their shape in any way, you know, with Darwin, or I don't know. It's just, I guess it's the price tag that is the only thing that's making me think they might change something for him. Maybe not. Maybe it's just, you know, he said to himself, right? Forget the price tag, right? Forget the price tag. Hoff, what are you giving Liverpool?
I had them at, if we're doing like a match rating, I give them an average 6. Yeah, they get a striker who should be very good. He has the potential to be very good, but he's not proven in the Premier League. So hopefully for them, he does prove to be a good purchase. I think Carvalho will develop pretty well as well, but
he looks exciting. I
feel like they need a central midfielder. I feel like injuries just could, like if they get 2 injuries, they could easily be fighting for like 5th or 6th. I feel like to their midfield. Like if they lose Thiago or Fabinho for significant time, that's gonna hurt bad for them.
I mean, I don't know the intricacies of their squad, but I wonder if there is a young player they're coming through. I think, was it Curtis? I think, did Curtis Jones?
Yeah, there's Curtis Jones.
Yeah, Curtis Jones. I wonder if he'll play a big role. You know, I wonder if he'll play a big role for this season coming up. 21 years old. Whenever he's come on, I mean, Klopp's put him in some games. You know, he's put him in. But maybe he'll help with some energy in midfield, because they're getting Henderson, Thiago. Fabinho's not getting any faster, but he's still solid, you know, still in his prime. Milner obviously is there too, but we'll see. We'll see if I think Liverpool is done. I'm really excited to see Harvey Elliott, Fabio Carvalho, and obviously Nunes, how they all settle into this post-Mane era, maybe. Moving on, let's go to let's see, Manchester United, the greatest club on the face of this green and blue earth. They have brought in Lisandro Martinez, Tyrell Malacia, Christian Eriksen on a free. They've brought up a couple of youth players, but that's it. They've spent about 80 mil USD and brought in 3 players. They've let go of Andres Pereira, Paul Pogba on a free, Jesse Lingard on a free, Nemanja Matic on a free, and Dean Henderson has gone out on loan. All right, what are we giving the great Manchester United? And please phrase it. I am giving the great Manchester United a blank out of 10. When you answer, please. Thank you. Milo, please.
I am giving the rancid Man United 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Oh,
so far, yeah. I mean,
let's just do one last thing. They signed Ten Hag, but we don't have to. That doesn't count. That doesn't count as a transfer. That doesn't count. Hoff, what are you giving United out of 10?
So I originally had a 3 written down, but then this is one of my least favorite sports cliches, and I'm gonna use it. I feel like they're going to be better. It sounds stupid, and I hate myself for saying it. They're going to be better without Paul Pogba.
Yeah, I think that's totally fine. That's totally fine.
Addition by subtraction,
injured, by the way, for Juventus.
Right, I saw. But I think that it bumped it up to. I put him at a 5. I like Lisandro Martinez. Malacia is good. I have an undying love for Christian Eriksen. I think he'll be great there. I don't think Ronaldo's going anywhere. Mm-hmm. I don't know how he'll kick and fight and try to get out. I don't know if he will be able to. So if he gets his mind right, I think he'll do just as good, if not better, than he did last year.
Hopefully,
because I think, yeah, I would really look forward to seeing Eriksen and Ronaldo in the same team. That would excite me if I was a Man United fan.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I think threes are fair. You know, anything five or below is fair. If we didn't make a big deal out of Frankie De Jong signing, it might not be as low, in my opinion. You know, just the way that whole thing has gone down. It's just.
If you didn't,
I just purported what was being said. I think everyone at one point, it was a shoo-in. He was a shoo-in. I bet some fans, but the young kids. You know, I bet some fans.
Oh yeah, tattoos and everything.
I will say this about the Ronaldo thing: like there will be nothing worse for your team than having an aging, sulking Cristiano Ronaldo on the pitch. It will be so detrimental to the season. So if he's happy, sure, I think it would be fine. But if he doesn't want to be there and he's forced to be there because no one else, they don't get a deal done with anyone else, then I think it could be disastrous.
It could be. It definitely could be. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, United, they're saying they want to keep him, right? So that protects that whole plot line. But we all know he's looking for something. He's looking for something else. At the same time, you know, this is his last World Cup, most likely. You gotta wonder, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the sports science of it all and the, you know, what the physios are saying behind the scenes, but that's got to be his main focus to some extent, I think. Right? He does not want to be injured for that World Cup. So. Anyways, yeah. I'm curious who will sign in midfield. There's links to Serge Milinkovic-Savic from Lazio now. We'll see. We'll see what happens for that De Jong replacement. Maybe Ruben Neves at some point. I don't think our youngsters are good enough to step into that role that McTominay would be challenged at. That's kind of the role that he'd be challenged at. Maybe Eriksen. It's not so much against going forward. I feel like going forward we might even sign another player, but Anthony. But you know, it's a transitional time. It really is just a transitional time, and that's the truth of the matter. Obviously, we're gonna want to win. We're gonna want top 4. That's fine. It's a good expectation, but let's make the right moves. You know, let's not make any drastic poor moves.
Yeah.
Let's quickly move on. We have 2 clubs left. We have Arsenal FC bringing in Gabriel Jesus, Alexander Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira, American goalkeeper Matt Turner. He has a Lithuanian flag next to him as well. Marquinhos, William Saliba coming back from loan. A lot of moves. Milo, what do you think?
I'm going to say 8 out of 10, like a solid high 8 out of 10. If they bring in another winger / forward that we're rumored to be in the market for, and potentially Tielemans, then it would be a 9 or a 10 window, I think.
Ooh, yeah, Tielemans would be a big gap for you guys and us, honestly.
Yeah.
Whoever. Yeah, this is sorry guys, the music is a random playlist. I'll just skip to somewhere in the middle. Hoff, what are you giving Arsenal?
I had a 7, so just slightly lower. I mean, the Jesus signing, it makes sense. I really like Zinchenko, and honestly, I don't know much about Vieira. If he is an Odegaard, like, not replacement, but split time or to spell him when he needs a break. I'm not sure what his role is. I think he's that type of player. I don't know if that's correct or not.
I think he's going to be more of a winger.
Winger? Okay. I would say it's a solid 7. Smart signings. I mean, a backup goalkeeper. Turner's not replacing Ramsdale. So
yeah, Leno's apparently going to Fulham soon. Yeah. And Guendouzi has left to Marseille.
Bye-bye.
Lacazette's out on a free. Yeah. So you guys got a lot of players coming back on loan. Let me just quickly go through that list. Right. Saliba came back on loan. Guendouzi came back and was sold. Hector Bellerin is back. Torreira is back. These are technically on your books. Mavropanos was sold. Came back on loan. Maitland-Niles, Reece Nelson, Pablo Mari. All these guys are back at the club. I'm sure they'll be looking for moves away. Are there any of those players you could see staying around in the squad? Ainsley Maitland-Niles getting some minutes in preseason. I saw it.
I believe the plan will be to move most of those names on that you mentioned. I'll be honest with you though, if we don't get Tielemans, I would be quite happy to keep Torreira if the club can find a way to make him happier in London, because I don't have an issue with him. I think he's a little bulldog out there.
Yeah.
And I think he brings something different to the team. I think Maitland-Niles, honestly, if you're interested, like maybe we could get Arsenal and United together. We could sort of do you a cut price deal for Maitland-Niles and Pepe.
Yeah, I don't know. Maitland-Niles, he's been on loan last couple. Did he go to Newcastle, or is that someone else I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah, no, it was somebody else. Willock.
Okay.
And then Willock made it permanent. Yeah.
Maitland-Niles can play like. Going back to eFootball, he can play everywhere, right? Yeah.
On paper, he looks fabulous. Yeah.
Just who knows? Yeah. So yeah, Arsenal. I think one of the better windows. I think of the top six. Final top six team. We have Tottenham Hotspur. Richarlison, as we mentioned earlier. Bissouma, DJ Spence from Middlesbrough. Ivan Perisic on a free, Fraser Forster on a free, Clement Lenglet on a loan from Barcelona. They sold Steven Bergwijn to Ajax and Cameron Carter-Vickers, the American, to Celtic. Hoff, what's your assessment of? I think you guys got a couple guys back from loan who are going to be around. What's your assessment of Tottenham's market so far? And do you think there'll be some outgoings soon?
I hope there are. Yeah, I have us at an 8. I think we've hit the areas that Conte identified that he wanted, so that makes him happy. And I mean, it strengthens the squad as well. We haven't had a legitimate backup striker to Harry Kane since he's been our main striker. And Richarlison can do that. He can also play where Son is or where Kulusevski is, so he can play pretty well anywhere across the top 3. I remember right after we signed Bissouma, I said he's been one of the, I would say, top 5 to 10 center mids in the league over the last couple years. And then you get a homegrown backup goalkeeper, just for European registration and stuff like that. And he'll play some as well. Perisic, he's that's a Conte signing for sure. I think he'll be there. He'll still contribute, but I think he's more there for the locker room mentality at this point. He can, like I said, he can still contribute, but I feel like that's more of a locker room signing.
All these guys coming back on loan here. We got Dembele, Lo Celso, Brian Hill, Sarr. All these guys. You guys had the Conference League for a bit there last season. Are these guys all gonna play a role in the squad? Yeah, I think we lost you. Are you back now?
I am, yeah. Maybe if I turn that off and back on again.
Ooh, there we go. Perfect.
Sorry, I had a technical issue there. Sorry about that.
No worries, we're back. Do you think all these guys, how many will stay on the books? How many do you think will leave? I don't know your exact squad characteristic right now. Conte seems...
I think Lo Celso is going to leave. I think
Okay.
Villarreal are trying to get him.
Okay.
It's just a matter of agreeing a price, I think, because he wants to leave too. And Ndombele, I don't think Conte wants him. I don't know if he necessarily is motivated to leave, considering the wages he's on. Brian Heel, I think he might stick around like he did last year for like the first half of the season, then get loaned out. Because he's still so young and he's still pretty raw. And Pape Sarr actually just won Young African Player of the Year. I think I hope he stays this year. Just kind of get him out of his comfort zone of France for like the first time in his career, and develop a little more under Conte. I think that would be good for him.
Okay, yeah. I think Spurs have a decent squad, and when you throw Conte at the top of that kind of that squad of players, they look kind of threatening a little bit. What do you think, Milo? What do you rate them out of 10?
I give their window a 7 because, and I gave Arsenal an 8. So I think we, for me, I think we just pipped it so far. I mean, the window's not over yet, so that could still change. I look at Conte. I don't know. It's hard, man, because anything I say, people will just think it's because Arsenal, Tottenham. But I do think we're going to finish above you this season. I do. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So I think window-wise, similar in terms of out of 10. But I think, yeah.
Alrighty.
It's so hard to say good things about Tottenham. Like it's so hard.
No, fair enough. Maybe the Conte's been around for a bit, so maybe he's not like a fresh personality like maybe like a Ten Hag to many of us. Maybe like we know what he's about. We know where it can go south, and maybe it will work. Maybe it won't work. I could see it going both ways. It would work fantastically for Spurs, or it could just implode.
If they go through a bad spell, Hoff, like do you not see Conte's methods and his reactionary style like similar to Mourinho, and it could have a negative effect on the dressing room? Tottenham's dressing room is obviously different now to what it was then, but
yeah,
you know where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm. I could see that. I don't think he's as caustic as Mourinho. Like he's not going to call out Harry Kane for having a couple bad games in the media. He'll tell Harry Kane that, but I don't think he's going to go use the media as an avenue to motivate. Wow, that was really generous of how Mourinho operates. Yeah, I can see how they're similar, but I also feel like they're different enough that it wouldn't end the same way, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Just quickly looking at chat. Was it Mane African Player of the Year? I believe he was. Sada was Young African. Oh, you wrote that off.
Yeah.
Conte knows how to win. I truly believe he can take Spurs to a PL title. Oh boy. Son will want to move to a bigger club. Yeah, interesting. Nice little rundown of the transfer market there, guys. We're at just about the time. We need to move into the quizzes. We're gonna skip the open panel. That's kind of our buffer zone. I saw a couple good topics there. I saw one by Tin. I'll say that for next time. It was about European players, Europe going into a bit of a recession, and that affecting MLS. I'll have to go back and read what that was. That was interesting. I love Conte. My only issue with him is that he makes some dumb moves when he's up on the scoreboard. Yeah, maybe. All right, guys, let's move on to our first game of the evening. This is going to be highly unconvinced was going to be on the show, but he had to cancel. This is how many players can you name? Instead of how many teams can you name, it's how many players can you name. And it's a very special one because this is episode 23 Episode 23. So we are doing players who wore the shirt number 23 during the Premier League era for the top 6 clubs. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to start with Liverpool, for example. And I'm thinking of number 1 through 10. Milo, what is the number?
Like how many players I can name that wore the number 23?
No. I'm thinking who goes first. Who goes first?
Oh, okay.
Odd or even? Odd or even?
Even.
Okay, it's even. All right, so you're gonna go first. We're gonna go with Liverpool. Can you name? It's not a betting or anything. It's just can you name a player?
Like we're gonna go back and forth kind of thing.
Back and forth.
Okay.
And I'm keeping score.
Jamie Carragher.
That's one for Milo. Hoff, do you have a 23 from Liverpool?
That was the one I was thinking of. Does Diaz wear 23?
He wears 23. Milo, do you have a 23 from
damn
Liverpool? You. And if you don't, we can just we'll move on. It's no big deal.
Hang on. 23.
I will put a small time limit on each team.
Yeah.
Just so we can keep, because we got a couple teams to go through. It's a tough one.
No, I can't do another 23. LeBron James.
Hoff, do you have another 23 from Liverpool?
Oh, why not? I know it's not right. John Joe Shelby.
No, that's incorrect. And you know what? I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna take away points for incorrect answers.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you guys get a freebie on each team. Okay, you get a freebie on each. Milo, do you want to take another free shot at Liverpool?
Guess. Shaqiri.
Ah, that's correct. Another free shot.
Nice.
Oh my God.
We've done Diaz,
Alan.
There's only 2 more. No, Alan's incorrect. The other ones are HMpCYN and Robbie Fowler from 93 to 96. I guess you were 23 for a short period of time. Alrighty. All right, next team. We have Manchester United. I think, Milo, you got the last one correct, so you'll start this one. Can you think of a number 23 for Manchester United? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm going to get this wrong. Dwight York.
That is incorrect. That's your freebie gone. Hoff, can you think of one?
Is he 22, Dwight York?
I think it was 19.
Anderson
was number 8. That is your freebie gone as well. The correct answers were Luke Shaw, Tom Cleverley, Johnny Evans, Kieran Richardson, and then these are some pre-2000. We have Mike Clegg, Ben Thornley, Phil Neville, and Mike Phelan. Those are some outside. I was going to say those ones get 10 points each, but let's keep it moving. All right, we have Chelsea Football Club. This is a tricky one as well. These are tough. These are tough, guys. I'm going to be honest. These are tough. Milo, you got the last one correct. Can you think of one number 23 for Chelsea?
23 for Chelsea.
23 for Chelsea. Let's put a time limit. I gotta put a time limit. Maybe we can. I'll change the number for next week, but maybe we'll just skip that.
Michael Ballack.
Close. He had a 3. I believe he was 13, but that's incorrect.
13.
He was 13. Hoff, can you think of any 23s for Chelsea on this 23rd Monday weekend wrap-up?
I declared my love for him. I'll guess Mishi.
Oh, Mishi Batshuayi. Yeah, that's correct. We're tied at 2 each now.
Nice.
Mishi.
Freebie.
Who? Me?
No. Hoff.
Okay.
Oh.
You've used yours, I believe.
Did Kudicini wear 23?
Kudicini wore 23. Okay. I need an answer soon.
Who, me?
An answer. No. You're out, Milo. Sorry, you're out for Chelsea.
I'm out. Sorry, I thought it went back and forth. I'm sorry.
No. Once you get one wrong, you're out.
Okay.
So, actually, you get a freebie though, right? Yeah. Well, Hoff hasn't got one wrong yet. Unless you have a guess, Milo.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
David Luiz.
David Luiz is incorrect. So you're out now.
Yeah, I'm definitely out.
But, keep that one in mind. All right, I need an answer, Hoff, or we move on to the next team.
Ross Barkley?
That is incorrect. We have Kennedy, Billy Gilmore,
Kennedy.
Batshuayi wore it twice, Juan Cuadrado, Mark Schwarzer,
Oh my God.
Daniel
I forgot
Sturridge.
Cuadrado played there.
And then we have some older players. Cudicini, as you mentioned, Dimitri Karin, Jody Morris, Nick Colgan, and Dave Besant, all goalkeepers. You get 5 points if you can name a 23 for Manchester City. There's only 3. Milo, go ahead. Take a shot.
Sean Wright Phillips.
No, not Sean Wright Phillips.
32. Was he 32?
He was
That was a good
22.
guess.
28 or something? I don't know.
I think I know.
Okay.
Oh, no. I think he did wear 32. Is it Martin Petrov?
No, it's not Martin Petrov. I have Mark Vivien Foe, Paulo
Vivien
Wanchop,
Foe.
Paulo Wanchop,
And
and David Kerr. All right, moving on to Arsenal. Let's go Hoff this time. Hoff, do you have a number 23 from Arsenal?
Wilshere. I don't know.
Jack Wilshere is incorrect. Milo, do we have a 23
Sol
from Arsenal?
Campbell.
Sol Campbell is correct. You get one more chance, Hoff, on this one. Sorry.
Okay. Yep.
Freebie.
Senya.
Sanya is not there. Good guess,
Damn.
though. Good guess. All right, Milo.
Oh.
We're tied at 3, by the way.
It's no one like real close springs to mind, so I'm gonna have to take a stab in the dark. Emmanuel Eboué.
Emmanuel Eboué is incorrect.
That was a
but
good
you
guess.
do have a freebie now, so you get another guess.
I have a freebie.
Yeah, you got a freebie. That was a freebie. Yeah.
Andre Arshavin.
Andre Arshavin is correct. It's 4-3, Milo now. You're gonna kick yourself when I read these here.
Yeah, I know I am, dude. I'm gonna really kick
It's a
myself.
time crunch. It's tough on a time crunch.
It is, man.
You got 5 seconds.
The defender. Luzhny. Oleg Luzhny.
Oleg Luzhny. I don't have him on my list. This is Premier League only. Sorry, this is Premier League only. So my squad, the numbers are Sambi Lokonga, David Luiz.
So he didn't for Chelsea?
Not for Chelsea.
He did for
wore
Arsenal.
4 for Chelsea. Danny Welbeck, Nicholas Ventnor for a season. Andre Arshavin, as you mentioned. Sol Campbell, as you mentioned. And then here's some older players. Nelson Vivas.
Okay.
Stephen Hughes, Alberto Mendez, Paul Dickov, and Ray Parler.
I had Ray Parler on my list. I crossed him out.
All right,
Because I
now
couldn't remember his original squad number before. You know what I mean? Like then he became number 15 for years and years after that.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't know either. Yeah, those like all these players who had like 1 season at it. It's kind of tricky. Now we have Tottenham. Let's start off with Tottenham. I'll give Hoff the first go here. Tottenham players.
Christian Eriksen.
Christian Eriksen is correct. Milo, do we have a Tottenham player? We're tied at 4 now.
Gary Mabbott.
Gary Mabbott. I don't have him here. So you get one more chance after Hoff's guess.
Cudicini again.
Cudicini is correct. Hoff takes the 1-point lead.
Raphael van der Vaart.
I thought that was. No, that's incorrect.
What number did he wear?
11, I think.
He wore 23 for another club, which we may or may not get to. so whoever gets that one. Because I was confused too. I was thinking that he did, but it was another club. Hoff, do we have one more? Milo is out for for Spurs, so it's all you now. You have
Steven Bergwijn just for it.
Steven Bergwijn, correct.
Lewis Holtby.
Since Hoff is up by 2, now 3, the next 2 teams are Barcelona and Madrid, Milo, if you want to think about it. Just because Hoff's got the lead now, just to make things exciting. So Lewis Holtby is correct, Christian Eriksen's correct, Steven Bergwijn is correct, Gudicini is correct. Those are the 4 most recent ones. Well done.
Did Darren Bent wear 23?
Darren Bent did wear 23.
Okay.
Jesus.
He's killing this one.
Oh. Your favorite player, Cart. I don't know if he actually is. Michael Carrick wore 23.
He's not my favorite, but he's better than Fernandinho and Rodri combined. But yeah, no. Yeah, he did wear 23. Very good. Very well done.
Sol Campbell wore 23.
Campbell's correct. I don't know, Milo. This is tough now. He's got a 6. He's pulling away here. He's pulling away.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of.
All right, the other ones are Darren Bent, Kevin Prince Boateng, Christian Ziege,
Ziege,
and Dave McEwen.
Okay.
Alrighty, let's move on to Barcelona, number 23s. Milo, do you have a 23 from Barcelona that pops into mind?
Alexander Hleb.
Alexander Hleb did not wear 23. Hoff?
Silvinho?
Silvinho did not wear 23 either. So you guys are pretty even here. Milo, do you got another guess?
Hristo Stoichkov.
Ooh.
Stoichkov did not wear 23. Hoff, any other guess?
Alright. I'll guess Eto. I don't think it was.
Eto did not.
No.
Samuel Umtiti, Thomas Vermaelen, Isaac Cuenca, Oleguer, Thiago Motta, Francesco Coco, Budwin Zenden, Ivan De La Peña, and Vucevic. Those are kind of old ones. All right, last but not least, Milo, Real Madrid. Do we have a 20? Yep.
Van der Vaart.
Van der Vaart, correct. Hoff, do we have a 23?
David Beckham.
David Beckham, of course. Famous number 23. Milo, do we have a 23?
We're gonna go with Michael Owen.
Michael Owen did not wear 23. I think Hoff. I think it's over. Yeah, do you have another guess?
McManaman?
McManaman is not on this list here. Milo, do you have another guess? Guess.
Do I have another guest? What?
Yes.
One that's better at this quiz?
I was thinking time.
Good.
We gotta move it. Let's move on to the. We gotta get to a quiz.
Let's just move on. We're good. We're good.
All right, here we go.
Good.
Ferland Mendy, Sergio Reguilon,
Mendy.
Kovacic, Danilo, Isco, Cheryshev, Pedro Mendes, Mesut Ozil, Van der Vaart, as you mentioned, Wesley Sneijder briefly, David Beckham, as Hoff mentioned, Pedro Munitis, Julio Cesar, apparently we're 23, Perica Onjenovic, Samuel Eto'o wore 23 for Madrid. I totally forgot that. Guti briefly wore it, Sandro wore it, and Danny Garcia. All right, guys, We're getting the quiz ready. It's only 5 questions this week, okay? It's only 5 questions this week. Guys, get the instructions should be on the screen now.
Tips from the top. If you really don't know, you might not want to answer because you're.
Oh,
yes.
True.
It will give you negative points. You hit the wrong answer.
Oh, is my quiz popping up on the screen here? Is it on the screen, guys?
Not for me.
Oh, interesting. I clicked start quiz now. Hopefully it didn't. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, the instructions should be on the screen, guys. The winner of the quiz gets a slideshow on the stream. Only 5 questions today. I think they're all community. I wrote these yesterday, so I mean, well, I can't remember what the questions are, but they're Community Shield related. Don't Google. Don't Google. Please use the on-screen thingy, the plugin. It's near Hoff if you're on PC. It's in chat, above chat, you know, where you type above it. There's a little thing called Quizlet. You click that, it pops up on the screen. It's very fancy. You get to click on the screen and pick your answer and stuff. In the meantime, if you're watching on YouTube, check the description.
Limba,
Milo,
have you signed up for the quiz?
Me?
No, Limba. He says he can't even see them.
Oh, you can't. Yeah. You can't even see who. The questions?
I think he means the quiz. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're on PC, you have to if you hover your mouse over the screen, it'll usually pop up. And yeah, it's not boomer friendly. It's a little confusing. Phone's loading up. Yeah, load it up, guys. Load it up. Hover over the screen, you'll see it pop up. Yeah, okay. That's how it should be on PC. And then if you're on mobile, if you look above chat, it's there. It says Quiz Kit. Quiz Kit. Yes, Quiz Kit is what we're looking at. We are going to start in like 30 seconds. Okay, wait. Okay. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. There we go. Yeah, I know. Let's get this quiz started. Maybe I should just run a pre-roll to make sure we don't get one. Or whatever it's called, an ad. Let me see. I don't even know. I've never clicked this button. Let me see if it works. It'll mean I can't run one later. Oh, pre-roll off for 12 minutes and 16 seconds. Perfect. Okay.
Nice.
Alrighty, folks. Are we ready? Ready, set, go. Oh, it takes a second. Which stadium has hosted the most community shields outside of Wembley with a total of 10? And the last one was in 1970. Which stadium has hosted the most community shields outside of Wembley? Highbury, White Hart Lane, Stamford Bridge, or Old Trafford? Funnily enough, these questions are very boomer friendly. The quiz mechanism, not so much. I think it was 16 seconds. Sorry, number 16 seconds. The correct answer is Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge. I think Old Trafford was second. I think Highbury was second. White Hart Lane was third. Old Trafford was fourth. All right, next question. Which club has won the most community shields? I wrote that weird. Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, or Liverpool? Which club has the most community shield wins, as I've written it? You know, sleep deprived writing. Which club has won the most community shields? Or charity shields, as we say. Community charity shield. Correct answer. Quiz kit not loading for you. Ah, bummer, man. Correct answer is Manchester United. United.
Kaiser.
Many people getting that one right. I believe they have 16.
Wow.
All right, next question is Question number 3 of 5. Last year's Community Shield winner between Leicester and Man City was decided via a penalty scored by which player? Who scored the penalty that decided the game last year? Leicester, Manchester City. Is it Iheanacho, Bernardo Silva, Jamie Vardy, or Riyad Mahrez? Who scored the decisive penalty of last year's Charity Shield? We referenced this earlier in the show. Who won this? So you could get 50%. Correct answer. Ironically, it was Kelechi Iheanacho. Oh, well done, guys. Well done. Majority of you guys getting that one right. Van Persie. Alrighty. Next question is... fourth. Let's look at the scores real quick. What are the scores looking like? Ooh, Milo's the quickest on that question there. Contestant 26. You'll have to reveal your name at some point. Sakator is leading. And Cash is in second. Come on, Sakator. You got this. Do not let Cash...
Liverpool slideshow coming up.
Do not... Yeah, you get a Liverpool slideshow. You can throw whatever you want on the slideshow. Three pictures. It's looking pretty tight. We got 2 more questions left. Here we go. The next question, it might not be Community Shield related. Oh, it was. In 2020, Arsenal-Liverpool's meeting in the Community Shield ended 1-1 in regulation. What was the score after penalties? The game went to penalties. Arsenal won on penalties. Was it 3-1, 6-5, 3-2, or 5-4?
I think I messed this up.
No, the penalty score, right? So it was 1-1, and then they went to penalties. What was the penalty shootout score? Cash. The correct answer is 5-4. Ooh, even distribution on that one. Maybe the person who didn't answer might have taken the lead here. Alrighty, let's look at the scores before the final. Ooh, Milo got that one correct. Sakator has the lead on oh my god. Sakator, Milo, or Cash. So we're getting either a Liverpool or Arsenal situation here. I hope this last question's hard. It might not be. Okay, let's see what the next question is. The final question for the slideshow. Who has scored the most goals in the Community Shield? Mark Hughes, Didier Drogba, Sergio Aguero, or Eric Cantona? Who has scored the most goals in the Community Shield? Isn't 5-4 the highest probability? Yeah, I was thinking about that, right? I had to pick my numbers.
I went for this because, I'm trying to win.
Yeah, you got to go for it, right?
So I had to go, yeah.
But how quick
I don't know. 13,000 points.
Okay. Oh, it tells you when you do it. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
The correct answer is Eric Cantona. I believe he scored some for Leeds as well. And apparently, I learned this. At one point, they used to share the shield. Like, there's a picture. Oh, what happened to the slideshow? Oh, it was in the previous one. It was in the first charity shield. They used to share the shield if they drew or something at one time. I don't know, apparently.
They like split it in half.
Can we not show the score? Hey, what up, Alex? How you doing, man?
Socko must have won.
Sakator takes the cake. I can't even speak. Sakator takes the cake. Sakator takes the cake. Sakator. Is that a tongue twister or am I just tired? Well done, Sakator. Yes. You get 3 images for the slideshow.
Let's go, Socko. Socko, I'm going to PayPal you some money so I can hijack one of your pictures.
And rounding off the top 3, Art doing nicely in second place. Milo, third. Cash, fourth place. NL, Waleed, Andre, Bottle, and everyone else down there. Well done. Let's just see who's the last. Okay, we won't mention who's last. All right, here we go. Well done, Sakator. Little Community Shield trivia leading up to the Community Shield. Don't miss it this Saturday at Wembley. Be there. Very exciting. Let's move on to our weekly check-in, guys. Give me a highlight of the week. I'll start. My highlight of the week was I ran for the first time. I ran probably 100 meters in sections. Ran is a strong term. I jogged for like 100 meters at a time. It's very and it was like cocaine to my body right now. Like I am wired from a little run last night. Yeah, so it feels good. Feels good. Milo, do we have a highlight of the week?
Yeah, baby's smiling.
Nice.
Baby smile.
Yeah, they're just doing their first smiles now. Kind of, when you make a funny noise or whatever. It's just as cute as, man.
What kind of noises are they making? Are they making any noises?
Just little cooing and stuff.
Okay, yeah, nothing like Dennis or something.
No Dennis. Yeah, they did cheer when I was watching a highlight reel the other day a little bit, but it's it's awesome, man.
Actually, another highlight, Hussein, he just got partnered.
I saw that. Yeah,
that's
nice.
Awesome, man. It's always cool to see someone from PES community get partnered.
Yeah,
that's cool. Hoff, do we have a highlight of the week?
I went to my first game at the new Crew Stadium, lower.com field. I was hoping to go last year when it first opened, but my son's due date was the day of the first game. And he was born early, so I didn't get a chance to go, and I've pretty much been a zombie ever since. But one of my friends won tickets, and we got nice club seats, and it was awesome.
Nice, man. So you just, I think you just said it. There were like club seats?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. What's the capacity of the stadium? Do you know?
It is just over 18,000, I believe. I forget the exact number, but it was their fourth straight sellout.
That's awesome. And before that, were they in a soccer specific stadium?
Yeah, the first soccer specific stadium in the country. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yep.
Very cool, man. That's awesome. I'm asking Columbus Crew trivia questions. What was the capacity of that one? Did they expand capacity?
They actually reduced.
Okay.
No, so the other stadium used to be, I think it was around 20, and then on the north end of the stadium, towards the end of its life, they cut out a huge chunk to make a stage so they could host concerts and stuff. So that took it down to like 17, I think. I forget exactly, but they reduced capacity so they could sell concerts and stuff there.
Okay. Nice, man. That's awesome. Very cool. I think they played some. Don't they play national team games up there? Because it's like when we play Mexico, because it's the furthest away from Mexico.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. And do we have a quote of the week, Hoff? Anything you got?
I've got a Giorgio Chiellini quote. It's from a while ago. Said, "How do you mark Cristiano Ronaldo? You try not to leave him alone. Don't let him shoot on his right foot. And Lionel Messi, just make the sign of the cross."
Oh, that's right. I remember reading that one. And before we get to Milo's final line here, anything you want to plug, Hoff? Anything about maybe the fantasy league? Any update, maybe?
Where do I have it? The fantasy draft just ended this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have our team set. We're gonna have another like little supplemental draft after the transfer window closes, just for anyone that comes in.
Maybe we can review our team's cut on the show next week.
I'd love that.
Oh yeah.
I actually think I play you in week 1, don't I, Hoff?
Yes, we do.
We have a North London derby.
Yes,
week 1.
Week 1, starting off right.
Nice. Anything else you want to plug? Just nearing the end here. Milo,
that's really all I have. Yep.
Anything coming up on the stream this week?
Yeah, we'll be doing. Should be doing F1. Continue my F1 career tomorrow night. We had a mechanical failure last week. Brawn, new team, low budget. So we had a gearbox failure 33 laps in to Imola. So we're taking on Miami tomorrow. It's a track I don't know, and I was actually watching a video where an esports guy, it took him 2.5 hours to get up to speed, because he hadn't driven it before. So yeah, that'd be interesting. So yeah, I'm doing that in VR. That'll be tomorrow. Red Dead Part 13 or something will be at the weekend, and there'll be racing and football and whatever in between. Come by, say hello.
Nice. Yeah, guys, check it out. All the links are in the description below. And last but not least, Milo, do we have a dad joke?
Oh, we do. And I normally have a little look around the net for a nice one. This one popped up on my phone, so now they're coming to find me. This is good news for the future. So this is the joke of the week, right? So Daffy Duck and Elmer Fudd break into a distillery. Daffy turns to Elmer and says, "Is this whiskey?" And Elmer says, "Yes, but not as whiskey as robbing a bank."
Oh my, that's good actually. I like that one.
I like that.
Folks, and that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you to our guests Milo and Hoff for joining us. We will see you next week. Remember to get all your predictions ready for next week. I will be inputting them into an Excel spreadsheet so they are locked in time for the rest of the season. Top 6 in Premier League, relegation in Premier League, winners of the top 5 leagues. That's what we're going to do. We will see you later. Milo, Hoff, thank you very much for joining as always. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
thank you.
Easy, guys.
See you guys.
See ya.